Well, welcome back to Vermont. Different video, like each video I do seems to go off in its own direction. A channel without a theme. Thanks for joining me. The focus of today's video will have to do with reverse engineering, designing, and 3D printing a wheel center cap for my truck. So if that's not interesting to you, or if that's why you're here, I should say, you'll jump ahead. You can jump ahead to that section. Put a time mark below where you can get right up to speed on that. If you're here for the conversation and just to tune into Vermont, thanks for joining me. So the backdrop setting here today was chosen. I just wanted to talk to you. I've been up to camp in the last couple of weeks and have replaced the drain from the kitchen sink up there. So I had 1.5 inch line that I've been wanting to replace for about 6 years. Finally did it this summer. So put in 2 inch line there. And then down below, some of you recognize this, a piece of antenna mast that I built last fall and put up to camp late last fall. And the wind overcame the supports that it had, so it wasn't strong enough to endure the wind up there. Lost a few trees, lost the antenna mast. Didn't damage the antennas or the coax, so I've got the antennas removed. I've got them stowed away. I'll do another video on that series here when I decide how I'm going to repair this, what I'm going to do to improve it, and to take you all along. So here is the original OEM center cap. You know, you can see it's just a, I guess it's a steel wheel, but it's got a 6 lug. It's got a plastic center cap that just covers up, you know, the axle grease cap and everything like that. Just tries to keep road debris out of it. So that's what I'm trying to replace. So here's what the wheel looks like on the front wheel with the cap removed. You can see that the steel cap you hammer in place to cover the grease fitting in the bearings. Then there's the centering ring for mounting the wheel itself. So that plastic cap just keeps road debris, salt and rain and slush out of there. And I'm just looking to have that remedied, trying to save the truck as long as I can. Again, it's a 2011. So again, here just briefly, I looked online. This is the best example of what I could find unavailable. I couldn't find this part anywhere. According to Amazon, it was for sale. It's not for sale now. I think the parts are just so old and they've moved on to a new design. But here's the part number for any of you that have this, just to know and verify that's what it is. It's a 6 lug wheel that I purchased aftermarket to fit on a 2011 F-150. I'm sure it fits a variety of models. And again, not to walk you through how to design in CAD, but here's the image of the results of my process. I think I spent about an hour, maybe an hour and a half in design, measuring the old part with a set of calipers, general basic measurements and good assumptions, I might say, to come up with this model. So here's the exposed upper part of the cap as modeled, and then here looking underneath the inside piece that shows it's got some alignment slots around each lug that help feed it into the right orientation, and then it has also between each of those the retention spring retainers, little clips that flex and hold it in on one of the rings machined into the wheel. So that's what I came up with. And also shown here is how I chose to slice it. It's called slicing when you get the file processed for a 3D printer. So this image here, I built the model so that I could slice it horizontally through a single point where it would maintain a good amount of material on each half to bed each half onto the table for printing. If you're not familiar with printing, all of what I just said is probably confusing. But I wanted the exposed surface, which is on the right, to look decent and not have marks from any support structures that were required. So splitting it this way enabled that, and also all of the intricate features on the left side, which are the more important side that interfaces with the wheel itself. I wanted those to print without any interference from supports and things like that. So this is sort of how I solved that problem. Thought I would also make a point to say that the model I'm showing here doesn't have the dress-up features of the false hex bolts there for show or for looks around the perimeter. As the model I just showed here moments ago, I'll flash it again here. This final detailed model has them, as does the original part, but the one that I printed and the one that I installed does not have that level of detail. And I'll show you here, I've got you in my hands. Here's the final fit for the replacement cap that I made. So where do we go from here? Maybe you've got projects around the house that you'd like to have resolved or have a part repaired or replaced that you can't find, you can't source it, and if you had some know-how, you could put together and build or print like this. So I'd be interested to know your comments or what you're dealing with. Maybe some of you found this video and we're looking for the same part and resolve the same problem I had. So anyway, hopefully it helps. I'll leave you with some music and a walk around Vermont here. It's mid to late August, coming into the fall season. It's just a pretty time of year. And as the leaves start turning, maybe I'll put together another foliage video like I did last fall. So thanks for visiting. Always enjoy your company. Appreciate the conversation. Have a great day and enjoy this time of year.